Welcome students. In the class of History, Standard 6. Today I am going to start a new chapter. Please open your book, page number 51, chapter 6, The Great Preachers. Children, preachers means teachers who teaches the value of life. Now we are starting from Get Set Box. Today's world is filled with disturbance, fighting, hatred, and violence. The message of Buddha is like a calming effect. We must remember that messages of Buddha try to change our thoughts and actions. Now come to the first paragraph. In this chapter, we will learn about the teachings of Lord Buddha and Mahavira. Towards the end of later Vedic period, the society went through many changes. The caste system was very strict. The Brahmins became very powerful and Shudras were treated very badly. The religion became very confusing and due to big ceremonies, it became very expensive and difficult for the common man to follow. Sanskrit language was used for the ceremonies which the common people could not understand. People were not happy to follow the religion under such circumstances. Many people believe that leading a pure life is much better than doing big ceremonies. Gautam Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavira were two preachers who started to find a cure to the problems in the society of that time. Their teaching gave birth to Buddhism and Jainism. Now come to the next paragraph, Buddhism. Gautam Buddha was a prince. His real name was Siddhartha. He was born in Lubini, 563 BCE. He was married and he had a son. Siddhartha saw four things which changed his vision towards life. The four sights were an old man, second, a sick man, third, a dead body, and the fourth is ascetic, means a person who gives up all his worldly belonging and goes to a forest and meditate. It means Gautam Buddha saw four types of people which changed his outlook towards life. I hope you all are clear, children. So in the first three sights, he saw the people were suffering, means they were not happy. In the fourth sight, he saw a person who was not affected by the pain and suffering around him. This made Siddhartha realize that if you meditate, it will put an end to all your sufferings. After seeing all these sights, he left his home and became ascetic. He roamed around for 6 years and then one day he sat under the peepal tree in Bodh Gaya and started meditating. He meditated for a long time and on 49th day he got the supreme knowledge. That is, he found all the answers of all the problems that the people were facing. After this, he was called Buddha, means the enlightened one, which means he knew everything. The peepal tree under which he got knowledge was called Bodhi Vriksha or the tree of wisdom. This tree is situated in the town of Gaya, which is also called Bodh Gaya. children, this tree is still there in Bodh Gaya, which you can go and see. After getting the supreme knowledge, Buddha went to Sarnath near Varanasi, where he delivered his first teaching. This is known as Dharam Chakra Parivartan, which means the starting of wheel of Dharam. Buddha roamed from place to place teaching people about Buddhism. Lord Buddha passed away at the age of 80 at Kushinagar, which is in present-day Uttar Pradesh, in the year 483 BCE. Now we are going to read teachings of Buddha. The main teachings of Buddhism are in Four Noble Truths and Eightfold Path. Children, the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path are very, very important, and you have to learn them by heart. These type of questions always come in your exam, so please learn them properly. Now the Four Noble Truths are: the world is full of suffering, desires cause suffering, suffering can end by overcoming one's desires, and the fourth one is: to end desires, one must follow the Eightfold Path. Now the Eightfold Path are: right thought, right belief, right speech, right action, right means of livelihood, right effort, right memory, right meditation. I hope you all are clear. Now come to the next paragraph. It was believed by Buddha that by following the Eightfold Path, people can live a balanced life, which means the person should not live a luxury life, and he should not also give up all his belongings and suffer. This type of balanced life will help people to attain moksha and nirvana, which means relief from cycle of life and death. Now come to the next paragraph. Buddha did not allow his followers to perform ceremonies and animal sacrifices. He gave importance to ahimsa or non-violence to all living things. Lord Buddha believed in karma. He believed that if we do good for others, we will get good in return, and if we do evil things, we will be punished. Buddha did not approve of caste system. He believed in equality of all human beings. This attracted a large number of Shudras to Buddhism, where they were treated equally. Now come to the religious text. The holy book of Buddhism are known as three patakas or three baskets. These books are written in Pali, which was the language of the local people. The Jataka tales are stories of the previous birth of Buddha. Next is sects. In the 1st century, Buddhism was divided into two parts. The first one is first part was called Hinaya. The followers of Hinaya believed that Buddha was a teacher. Second one is Mahayana. Mahayana followers worship Buddha as a god. Next topic is spread. In this paragraph, we will learn about how Buddhism spread. First, simplicity. There were no big functions and sacrifices, so it was easy for people to follow. Second is language. Buddhism was taught in Pali language because it was language of common people. Third point is rejection of caste system. Buddha did not allow the caste system and they treated everyone equal. Fourth one is Sangha. There was a group of people who were given the duty to spread the teaching of Buddha. They were known as Sangha. And the fifth one is royal patronage. Many rulers of this period started following Buddhism. This helped in spread of Buddhism. Too many countries of Central Asia, China, Japan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and many other countries in Southeast Asia. Now we will discuss the downfall of Buddhism. You should know the reason for the downfall of Buddhism in India. The first one is no big king supported Buddhism. Second is the Shankaracharya brought simple rules in Hinduism to regain its earlier position. And the third one is due to division in Buddhism in two sects, the religion declined. Children, I hope you all are clear. We have finished the first part of the chapter. Now in the next class we will learn about Jainism. Thank you, students.